What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Derek Sells Nashville. You can also find me at fit.b.realestatetn.com. So if you're interested in anything real estate wise, moving into the neighborhood, you can go check that out as well. But welcome to my channel where I give you a bunch of information on the housing market here in the greater Nashville area. And specifically, we're talking about the cost of living in Lebanon, Tennessee. That's where I live. That's where we relocated to. We love it here. And so I'm going to do a video on the cost of living. So here's the thing. I'm going to use a website called payscale.com. And now they there's a tool that they have on there where you can put where you're moving from and where you're moving to. So I put in Lebanon, Tennessee. And I also put in where am I moving from? I put Seattle, Washington. That's where we moved from. So it's fun. I can compare this to there. Now, it also gives you national averages, right? And where Lebanon, Tennessee is on the national average as far as cost of living. Nationally, I'll say this, the cost of living in Lebanon, Tennessee is 26% lower than the national average. So is it less expensive to live here? Yes, and that's exciting. But where and how, what does that look like, right? Nationally, 46% lower in housing cost here in Lebanon, Tennessee. So obviously that a lot of that's driven by, and I don't know if they're using median or average numbers here, but that's driven a lot by the coasts, 10% less in utilities and 2% less in groceries. So all that being said, that kind of gives you the national average. Now, if you're moving specifically from a coastal city, and we'll just take Seattle, Washington, for example, because that's where I'm from, and let's say you had an annual salary of $100,000 in Seattle, that would be equivalent to $48,561 here in Lebanon, Tennessee, because the cost of living is 51.4% less here in Lebanon, Tennessee on average. Okay, so housing, probably not a surprise to you, but it's about 75% less here in Lebanon, Tennessee. So housing is a big thing, obviously. If you're looking to buy a house here, you're gonna spend a lot less here than you will in Seattle. And, you know, that's not a surprise to anybody who lives in either place, right? Because we know that the coast is like crazy expensive, and big metropolitan areas, especially on the coast, are going to be very expensive. So all that being said, but even I find, just looking at the numbers, I'm like, wow, that is a dramatic difference. Like I didn't understand that it was that much. So that's pretty crazy. The median home price here, so I will say this says $215,722. So about $216,000 for the median home price. On my real tracks for the last 3 years, I think I have a median home price closer to $350, which is dramatically different than what this is saying. And I'm assuming that this is taking, maybe a longer look. Obviously, if I'm in the last 3 years, that number is going to be inflated, but that's not median home price right now. I will say that, but I don't know how long that's looking for. Median rent, $658. I find that to probably be a little bit on par, maybe a little bit low. We rented a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment in a nice apartment. And that was $1,100, I believe, when we moved in, or $1,200 when we moved in. So $700 for probably a 1-bedroom is probably on par. $800, probably a little bit closer. So energy bill, $153 a month. That's about right. Phone bill, $168 a month. That's almost exactly what we pay. But this is just a cell phone bill, so I don't know if that changes state to state, but I'm assuming that's close. Gas here, it says it's $4.06 a gallon on average. I won't dispute that, but that feels high to me. Honestly, our gas prices have been below $4. And even closer to the $3 range for the last, 4 or 5 months. So that's been nice. I think it's kind of inching up. I think it's $2.99. I drove by today and I think I saw one for $2.99. So that's been inching up. It has been a little bit lower than $3, but it's been kind of inching back towards that lately. Food and groceries here on average, it says a loaf of bread is $3.40. That's probably about right. A gallon of milk is $2.18. A carton of eggs, this says $1.54. So we buy cartons of eggs from farmers here, and they're usually about $4.50, but they're really great eggs. So I'm okay with spending a little bit extra money to support the farmers as well. But also, eggs have been getting more expensive in general, so I'm not sure when this number has been pulled from. But all that being said, a carton of eggs at $1.54 sounds low to me, but I think these numbers change on average. And then they go into like healthcare and other things like that. But on average, yes, it is less to live here in Lebanon, Tennessee than it was in Seattle, Washington. And we find that to be very nice and much less hectic and much less stressful. So all in all, we really love that. And if you want to go find more information, go to payscale.com. I'm not sponsored again. This isn't like there's no link to this. You're just gonna have to type it in. But you can type in where you're moving from and where you're moving to. So I really like this if you're moving to Lebanon, Tennessee. And you can find out what your dollars, if you were living there versus here, how much you need to make to maintain the same level of living. But there's that option for you. We love living in Lebanon, Tennessee. It does cost less, and we're very happy. Have a great rest of your day. If you like this sort of content and want me to do more of it, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you need to get in touch with a realtor to talk about any sort of real estate needs, or if you're planning on moving here from out of state, we'd love to have you. And you can get in touch with me. All my contact information is down below. Shoot me a text message. There's also a calendar link down below. You can just jump on my calendar and then I'll call you, which is sometimes better for people. So whichever one works for you, I'm in. Just get in touch with me and we will chat. Have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon. Bye.